Oh, man. Woo! Boy, another day, and you have another black celebrity, right, that's made it to the top, right? Somebody that's a part of the 1%, telling those who are not part of the 1% that they can't see their full potential, that somehow America is holding them back. And today we have Marvel star Anthony Mackie, who comes out and says that America is keeping black men from seeing their potential. And, unsurprisingly, guys, I have a lot to say about this, because this idea, this concept that black people being held back by America is one of the most bullshit things I've ever heard in my life. And I'm so sick of people saying this, because there's opportunity out here everywhere. It's up to you to realize that. Some people are going to have to work harder than others, but that's okay, right? That's life, bro. At least you have an opportunity. But let me chill out. Let me get into what he's actually says first, and then I will give my commentary. Anthony Mackie, the star of Disney's The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, says taking on the role of Captain America was humbling but difficult because America prevents black men from succeeding. There's so many things wrong with that statement, considering the position that this man is in. Quote, "I've worked so long in this business and I've done so many things that I felt were not appreciated or overlooked, or things that were not considered to be worthy of promotion. And this looks like my first promotion," Mackie told Variety. The Hurt Locker actor is not just frustrated with that he thinks he has been overlooked. Mackie feels it is a societal problem for all black men in America. "I personally don't feel that way." In the very woke Disney series, Mackie's Sam Woodson frets about taking on the mantle of Captain America, left to him when Steve Rogers, Chris Evans, gave up his shield in the last of the Avengers movies, 2019 Avengers Endgame. One of the themes of Disney's streaming series explores is whether a black man can be accepted in America as a hero at all, much less as a title champion of Captain America. And Mackie sees his own life and experience as a black man in the question posed on screen. Quote, "The fear of representing a country who doesn't represent you, was something that's not only unfathomable but hard to overcome," Mackie told the paper. Quote, "My dad always used to say greatness is as far as you see it. There are limitations that we place on ourselves because of our surroundings. And I did that to myself, and that's definitely what Sam Wilson goes through." Okay, well, there's a lot to that quote there, because you're placing limitation on yourself by telling yourself that you can't succeed in America as a black man, even though we have plenty of examples of black men being very successful in this country in all fields, right? We have plenty of examples. But for whatever reason, this guy, who has become Captain America, right, one of the most visible and prominent roles in Hollywood, probably the most famous superhero on the planet, this man is complaining. He's complaining about opportunity. Can you believe it? Anthony Mackie also recently admitted that he wanted to put an anti-Trump gab in his final woke monologue on the state of the world and its heroes, but the idea was shot down by series producers. Still, there are plenty of other woke moments in the series. That's good. That was a good idea for them to shoot that down. In one scene, Mackie's Sam Wilson was turned down for a loan by a bank officer, a scene that the series showrunner Malcolm Spellman said was meant to highlight the real life experiences of blacks in the U.S. today. If you get turned down by a loan, right, from a bank, then go to another bank, right? If your credit is good enough, if you're somebody that's actually loan worthy, like these banks, they're designed to make money, right? Ultimately, they need to make money. In order for them to make money, they need to give out loans. Some bank will give you a loan. In another scene, Sam Wilson discovers that the U.S. government lied to him and led him to believe he would take over as the new Captain America. Instead, the government gave the role to a white soldier. Spellman also noted that producers specifically aimed to hire only black writers for the series to focus on race issues on the Disney show. All right, so, man, here's the thing. There's so much I can say about this. The idea that a celebrity, somebody who is in Hollywood, that became an actor, that worked his way up throughout Hollywood, regardless of how hard he had to work, regardless of, his talent, he still has reached almost the top. Okay, he's reached the top of his field. He's a universally known actor, right? He's a very well-respected actor. Okay, for him to sit here and complain that there's, not opportunities for black men in America, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I mean, we just had the first black president. Now, a lot of people like to say, well, that doesn't really mean anything. What do you mean it doesn't mean anything? You have to have white America, which is what, 60, 70% of America, vote for you in order to actually become president. So he had white people vote for him, and that gave a black man an opportunity to run this country, that trusted a black man to run this country. But yet you still got people sitting here crying and talk about how America doesn't have opportunities for black men. It's ridiculous. It's almost like these people have never been to a third world country. If any of you guys have ever been to a third world country, you would know that in third world countries, if you're at the bottom, you have no chance at all. You have no opportunity at all whatsoever. None. Zero. No matter how hard you work, no matter what you do, you don't have opportunity because this society is not set up for that, to give you any opportunity at all, right? A lot of these countries are not even capitalist. But you live not only in the greatest country ever, right? You also live during the best time period ever, where we have technological innovations that have leveled the playing field. Everybody has access to the internet. Everybody has access to whatever information they want. Is at your fingertips. So whatever you want to learn, whatever you want to do, you can do it. All you have to do is apply yourself, work hard, work smart, and take risks. That's it. And we have plenty of examples of black men being successful from following this formula. But you always have these woke actors and these liberal politicians sitting here trying to talk about how they've been held back or how they're facing some type of discrimination or some type of racism, when it's like, bro, how did you make it? Why don't you talk about how hard you had to work in terms of, practicing your script or practicing your acting skills, right? Why don't you tell aspiring actors what they need to do to actually be successful? Why don't you do that? Instead of talking about being a victim when you're not. Too many people talk about being a victim and how hard it is, rather than actually talking about, okay, well, if it's so hard, how did you overcome that? Because that's going to be more helpful to somebody that's listening to you than telling people about how much you're a victim, how victimized you've been, how hard it is to be a black man. It's not hard to be a black man in America, not compared to how hard it is to be a black man in Africa, right? Or a black man anywhere else in the world. Again, you have opportunity. You have an opportunity. Yes, some people have to work harder than others. I'm not going to sit here and act like people don't have to do that. But somebody that's poor and Hispanic or poor and white or just from a poor background in general, yes, they're going to have to work harder. Yes, they're going to have to put in more work. Yes, they're not going to have as many advantages. That's just what it is, right? That's how it works. But you know what? If you put in the work, you work smart, you work hard, you take advantage of your resources, you take advantage of your opportunities, you recognize those opportunities, you can become middle class. Once you become middle class, guess what? Now you can instill those same values in your kids. Now that you're starting off middle class, your kids are starting off middle class, guess what? Now they're going to have more opportunity. They're going to have an opportunity to become upper middle class or to even become a part of the 1%. That's how it works. That's how it works. Okay? For whatever reason, people want to say, well, the American dream is dead. You can't do that. And I look out of my window and I see the American dream every single day. I see black people walking around my neighborhood every single day. It's middle class. I'm normal. Again, so this idea that, for whatever reason, black men are being held back or that, we don't have opportunity. To me, it just blows my mind. And I get so frustrated hearing this stuff. Because these same people that are saying this stuff, if you really felt like you was a victim, why try at all? So what? It took you longer to get in the role than somebody else. That happens to everybody. A lot of people feel like they've been overlooked in life, whether they white, black, or whatever, right? Regardless of whether it's because of race, because of, their height, right? Whatever, right? Height, looks, People get overlooked for all types of reasons. People get discriminated against for all types of reasons. It ain't just got to do with race. It happens. We're humans. But as long as you don't give up, as long as you continue to work hard, you work smart, and you continue to take risks, you'll end up being just like this guy, right? You'll be successful. And even if you don't reach the top of your field, maybe you will be the top 5% of your field or the top 10%. You're still successful. And that means that the next generation that comes after you, they're going to have a better opportunity of doing more. That's why I always say, shoot for the stars. If you land on the moon, you still landed on the moon, right? You still landed on the moon. So, oh my God, man, these people. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.